Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, and a real rarity for me on the channel today. I am going to be trying a 1-star rated puzzle, but it's by none other than Michael Lefkowitz, who is one of the most innovative geniuses in the world of puzzle creation. It seems almost every day Michael, who sometimes constructs under the pseudonym Juggler, comes up with a new puzzle with a new rule set. And it's been continuous for months on end. It really is extraordinary. And you can see if you look at this puzzle, it's called Trace Amounts. And the cages are sort of partially defined, but not fully defined. So it's a killer Sudoku, but where we're going to have to work out where the cages live. It's a fascinating idea. And in fact, this isn't the only example that Michael's made of this sort of puzzle that we've had recommended to us, because there is another puzzle, where is it? Here, called Ghost Cages. Now, this puzzle is much more difficult, apparently, than this puzzle. But the recommendation has been that I try this one, and we'll see what the response is like to it. And then if people like it, then I'm going to try the other one as well. So that's the plan. This one, Trace Amounts, 1 star, so hopefully it'll be lovely. As I say, it's been recommended to us a lot. And if you look, I snipped the comments because they amuse me. Marty Sears. I mean, if there is another candidate for most innovative Sudoku constructor, it's probably Marty Sears. But Marty's sort of eulogistic about the puzzle, but I really like 99% Sneaky's comment. When there's something strange in your Sudoku puzzle, who are you going to call? And it really is Michael Lefkowitz. It doesn't quite scan, but you know what I mean. So lots of very nice comments anyway. And this is what we're going to have a go at in a moment or two's time. And in fact, I do not have much news for you today. Hopefully, you've been having a look at the new app, which should now have been released to all of you on App Store, on Apple, and on Steam. It is very approachable Sudoku. There's some beautiful puzzles which are intended to sort of introduce you to the world of variant Sudoku without being monstrously difficult. And we've got people like Mr. Menace and Florian Wortman, Chan Erteran, who've created the puzzles for that app. And yeah, very, very, very cool set of puzzles. So I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen. So that I suppose is news. Our Patreon competition for the month of August has now, the closing date has passed. So solution videos will be appearing imminently, if they haven't appeared already. And yes, prepare for another incoming Sudoku hunt at the start of September. So do join us on Patreon. There's lots of bonus content there. I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen for that as well. But no birthdays. So let's move on and solve the puzzle. Let's have a look at Trace Amounts and see what Juggler has in store. The rules are as follows. It says normal Sudoku rules apply, but I suppose we need to qualify that slightly, because this is obviously smaller than a normal Sudoku. So I guess what we have to do today is to put the digits 1 to 6 in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. Well, no, 3. I said 3x3 box, didn't I? I didn't mean that. I meant 2x3 rectangle. Sorry. The grid contains a set of non-overlapping cages with the same sum. Ah, okay, well, that's interesting. Digits cannot repeat in a cage, and the cages are partially invisible. So we're going to have to work out where the cages go, using the sort of shadowy outlines, not of a man who does not exist, but of a cage that does exist. We just have to figure out where it goes. I mean, they're all the rules. I don't really know what else to say. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Oh, there's a very strange noise coming from outside, but I will ignore that and hopefully anyway, did I say let's get cracking? I think I did. Right, that looks like a cage, doesn't it? I think so. I think that's a cage. Seems to be. I can't see how else that could extend, either upwards or sideways or downwards. So I think we've established one cage there. Now there's another cage sneaking out at the bottom here, but I don't think we know where that goes, to be honest. There's not going to be No, I was thinking, for some reason in my brain I was thinking fog of war, and I was thinking, are we going to reveal the totals? No, I don't think we are. It's not like that. There's another cage here. Looks like it bumps into this cage. I mean, am I allowed to assume that? I don't know. I don't. What am I allowed to assume? Maybe I shouldn't assume anything. I'm just not sure. I mean, it looks like this sort of cage that I can see definitely inhabits these two squares is bumping into that. But maybe I'm not allowed to assume that. Those two are in the same cage. That seems fair enough. Now, what's going on in the middle? We've got... Well, those... Yeah, okay. Right, so in the middle, I think all of these cells are in the same cage. Just looking at the sort of grid furniture, these three cells are clearly in the same cage, and then this vertical line here is saying that those two are in the same cage. Right, okay. So there is a tension then, isn't there, between orange and green? Because we can't repeat digits in a cage, the absolute minimum sum of orange is going to be if we populate these cells with 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's 10. So this cage, which is only 2 cells large, has to add up to at least 10. And it can't add up to 12 because we can't put double 6 in it. Right, so the total is either... Right, I've got a digit. The total for all of the cages is either 10 or 11, because the maximum this cage could ever add up to is 11, if it was 6 and 5. But I think the point is that there must be a 6 in this cage, because if it didn't have 6 in it, its maximum sum would be 4 plus 5, and that's not enough to get to the size that we know that the orange cage will reach. So this is a 6. Now, can we put 6? No, you can't. You can't put 6 in the orange cage, because if you do, let's try it. What are we going to populate these digits? They've all got to be different, so the minimum they could be would be 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 add up to 6, so we got 6 plus 6 is 12. But we know we can't make this cage add up to 12, so we're actually going to get a bit of joy here thinking about 6s. We know the 6 can't go in the orange cage, so let's not put it in there. Okay, it looks like there's a cage here with this cage has got a 6 in it. This digit must be a 4 or a 5 because we know we're adding to at least 10. But, okay, so this blue cage is not only 2 cells large, because if it was, again, actually its maximum size now would be 5 and 3, wouldn't it? Because it couldn't be a 4-5 pair without breaking this cell. And it doesn't contain a 6, and 5 and 3 is only 8, which we know is not enough. So this grows, therefore it goes to there. Now, can it join yellow? Surely not. No, it can't. So it doesn't bump into yellow, because if it was to bump into yellow, well, perhaps we could use a secret. It's a secret. It's a slightly different secret today. Because this is not a 9x9 Sudoku. There's a secret associated with 9x9 Sudokus, and there's a secret associated by 6x6 with 6x6 Sudokus that's slightly different, but it's something I tell only my favourite people. Of course, if you're watching this video, I will certainly tell it to you. The secret of this puzzle is actually the number 21, because that is the sum of a complete row. If you add up 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, you get 21. So if we were to include all of these cells in the same cage, well, the maximum size of this digit is 6. So the minimum size of this blue cage is now 15. And 15 is definitely more than this domino can add up to. So this doesn't bump into this. But does that mean it doesn't go here? Or could it just be... Could it be 3? See, it could... Well, no, it can't be... Actually, that's a point. It can't be 5 cells large at all, however, whatever its geometry is. Because if it was 5 cells large, it would be a minimum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The triangular number for 5 is 15, and that's still too big. But it might be able to be 4 cells. If it's 4 cells... Ah, no. No, that's beautiful. it's not 4 cells for a beautiful reason. You can't make the mathematics work because, well, yeah, let's do this slowly, but I can sort of see that the green cage and the blue cage are going to jar against one another. They can't have the same total, is the point. Because imagine that the blue cage is 4 cells large and it adds up to 10. Well, what do these digits equal by the secret we've just been talking about then? Well, if the whole box adds up to 21 and these add up to 10, these add up to 11, but the 6 is shared, isn't it? So these are going to add up to 11, and that doesn't work because this will add up to 11 and this will add up to 10. And the corollary of that is if I make this add up to 11, then this adds up to 10, so that you could just never equalize them. So this doesn't grow. This is a 3-cell cage. And it either adds up to 10 or 11. Still, do I know which one? Well, hang on. I can't make it work if it is 11. I don't think it can possibly work, because how do I make these 3 digits now add up to 11 if I can't use 6 and 5? The maximum these could be is 2, 3 and 4, which is not enough. So I think this is a 4. And these 3 squares add up to 10 now without using 6. So they must be 2, 3 and 5. It must be the highest digits they can be. This must be a 1. But this orange cage adds up to 10. So it must be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a 1 by Sudoku. This is a 2, 3, 4 triple. This is a 5. Okay, so maybe we've done the thinking we needed to do. But it's a lovely puzzle, isn't it? Now, ooh, I wonder if I can assume that, I mean, it's right. One thing I can assume, or not really assume, but I can deduce, is that this is not yellow, because if it was yellow, this would add up to 11. So that's something else which must grow. And yeah, in fact, yellow can't grow. That is the yellow cage, and it must add up to 10. So it is 4 and 6, and we put 1 in the corner. That's rather cute. This has to grow, because we definitely can't put a 9 into this square. Okay, let's just have a think about this. This is a 1 by Sudoku. There must be a 5 in one of those 2 squares. Okay, there's a 1 in one of these 2 squares. And oh, right, okay. I'm going to look at the purple cage, actually. Because the purple cage it has got a 6 in it. Because if you look at column 1 and we ask where the 6 goes, it's not in either of these squares by Sudoku. I mean, that's outrageous making me do Sudoku in these Sudoku puzzles, but there we go. So there is a 6 in this domino. So imagine if this was the full extent of the purple cage. It has to add up to 10, so it would be a 4-6 pair, and we get 2 4s in the column. So it is not only 2 cells. So, well, it can't be 4 cells, because once it's got a 6 in it, it would add up to at least 12. So it's only 3 cells, and it is 6, 1, 3. And therefore it's got a 1 in it. Where does it... Okay, yeah, that's the question. Where does it get its 1 from? It can't get this one, and it can't get this one. So it must get a 1 from box 1, and the only place that can reach it... That's really clever. It's got to be there. So that's 1. And this is a 3-6 pair to add up to the 10 that we're looking for. Now I get a 1 in the corner up there. And if this is 3-6, this is 2-5, and it's not resolved. That's surprising. Because haven't we used up all of... Oh no, I haven't used up this one. So I think we might need to avail ourselves of the red cage, but let me just think about this for a second or two. How else could we resolve it? I don't know, actually. I think 2, 3, 5. Yeah, I think we probably have to think about this cage. So, well, it can't take... Okay, the red cage doesn't go into this square, because those 3 digits would add up to 8. 8 is not 10, so we'd need to include another cell as well, but that would force 2 2s to be in the cage. So it must go there. And if this... Well, that's interesting as well. Okay, so I think this is going to have to be a 1, 2, 3, 4 cage, actually. Because this is still not the full extent of the red cage. Because this digit, if this was a 2, this would need to be a 7 to add up to 10. And if this is a 5, it would need to be a 4 to add up to 10. And it can't be a 4. So this isn't enough. We know that the red cage can't go here, because then this will add up to 11 by the secret, because these add up to 10. So it must go there. It can't be bigger than 4 cells, or it will add up to more than 10. So it is a 1, 2, 3, 4 cage. It's the only way of making 4 different numbers add up to 10. And the 4 in that cage is here. And look, that's just going to fill in loads of digits. That must be a 2. That must be a 3. That must be a 5. So that is no longer a 6, is it? So which means the 6 in this box is now placed, which means the 3 in that box is placed, the 6 in this box is placed. That's 3, that's 2, that's 5, that's 2, that's 3. Okay, I think we've done it now. This should be a 2 by Sudoku. So that's 4, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's... Oh! That's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Oops. That's beautiful. What an absolutely lovely puzzle. Let's click and see if it's right. Oh, have I not filled it? I haven't filled it all in. Sorry. Oh, load. Look how many people have solved that already. 279. Well, that is a testament to how clever Michael is and how much admired his puzzles are. Absolutely fabulous again. Well, I can tell you this, I'm doing the other one. I'm definitely doing the other one, the Ghost Cages one, because that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, it may call it 1 star, but it wasn't trivial. It really wasn't trivial. You have, I suppose, I mean, it's just a beautiful puzzle. It's a lovely way to spend well, I know it's a short video today. I hope you'll forgive me for that. Most of the videos are quite long, but when we get a puzzle of that quality, it is an absolute joy to spend some time in its company. I hope you agree. Let me know in the comments. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.